Hello, welcome to Sweetcast. This is Clint. This is going to be a really annoying video to be making. I'm just annoyed by even looking at this because this happens far too often. Fans boycott viral comic creator after learning he's pro-life. All right, we're gonna get through this. Before we do, I want to remind you that I've got this book that I wrote. It's a comic book. It's a graphic novel technically, and it's called Downcast. And we've already reached 17,223. This is really going to be great. A lot of people are really excited about it. If you haven't yet, please consider backing it. Go check it out there's a link in the description below. Thanks. All right. So this isn't the first time this has happened. And the cartoonist comics that they're talking about are these kinds of small comics. If this sounds familiar, this sounds an awful lot like George Alexopoulos. I've interviewed him before, and he did comic strips like this on Reddit. And the funny thing is that comic strips have a pretty rich history of being political on, all sides of the political debates, all sorts of things. That seems to be pretty normal. They make points in different ways. The problem is these aren't political at all. This has nothing to do with the art itself. It has everything to do with the artist. And in a world of virtue signaling everywhere in order to get money, especially in comics, for something like this, it's actually refreshing that it's just relatable all across the board. It's relatable to people. It has nothing to do with politics. However, you're not allowed to have a personal political opinion if it differs from, social terrorists. So we'll start this out here. Nathan Pyle is hold on for a second too. If you feel bad for me for my name being Clint Stoker or Sweetcast, Nathan Pyle, that's beside the point. But Nathan Pyle is the author and artist responsible for the Strange Planet series. His comics have gone viral over the past few months for depicting aliens doing normal human activities, but describing them in a way that makes you wonder why we Homo sapiens are so odd. And you look at that, and it's, cute. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. He's starting the series, doing a comic book, posting them online. Basically living the dream for a cartoonist. So Strange Planet has more than 1 million followers on Instagram. There's the problem. In fact, I just got on Instagram. I'm going to follow this guy on Instagram. Strange Planet. I'm going to follow it just to stick it to the man. Now, when you reach that level of success, that means that you're basically running for president or some kind of important political office. So everybody gets to look into your background and find any dirt that they possibly can, because if you're successful, that makes them upset. They've got to tear you down and destroy your livelihood, your life, your reputation, and anything else that they can get their grubby hands on. Okay, so of course someone had to decide Pyle's wit and popularity were too good to be true and go searching through his Twitter history for something incriminating. And you wonder why, how blacklisting works. People always say, there just aren't conservatives in creative fields. Well, that's because you destroy them when they're successful in creative fields. Jeez, my goodness. His Twitter bio also says, I follow Jesus. I guess that's the direct opposite of having your pronouns listed in your bio, possibly. I don't know. Which means there will be some juicy heresy. Yes, of course, there will be. In an age of outrage, it is not hard to be problematic and vaguely pro-life tweet. And a vaguely pro-life tweet must have been just what the strife seekers was looking for. On Monday, a Twitter user shared a 2017 tweet from Pyle in which he expressed gratefulness for the life of his girlfriend at the time. How dare he be grateful that his girlfriend is alive? This man does not deserve to make comics for Instagram. Seriously, what kinds of crimes? How many things can we get upset about? Not we. I'm not owning this. I'm not. How many things can you get upset about? Speaking to you social terrorists, this is insane. So yeah, here's the response he was looking at from Twitter today. Rather emotional, angry, sadness, frustration, injustice. I choose to feel insurmountable gratefulness for the gift of my life. Okay, March for Life. Boom, there's the hashtag March for Life. So instead of Nathan Pyle going on and just piling on top or spitting in their face or calling them any kind of, hateful, bigoted, all the isms, all that kind of stuff, he said, when I think of the March for Life, evil hashtag, I think of the life story of my girlfriend, Sujin. I am thankful she was given the gift of life. How dare you? Okay, so followers on the internet were quick to characterize him as a raging sexist because he was grateful that his girlfriend was alive. That makes him a sexist. Try to follow that logic, because I certainly can't. A right-wing bigot who is trying to control women's bodies by being grateful that his girlfriend is alive. That is, controlling her body. Not once did he express any of those sentiments. Pyle only said he was happy his girlfriend, who was presumably adopted rather than aborted, was alive. Okay, and yeah, we get that. Normal people understand that. It's okay to have an opinion, based off of life experiences, to have an opinion on a publicly debated issue, except on Twitter. In that case, you will be destroyed. Furious onlookers have swarmed the comments of his comics to express their hatred, telling him they've unfollowed him. But despite the vocal minority, Pyle doesn't appear to have lost any actual fans. In fact, over the past day, his personal Instagram account has gotten more followers. That's the way it always goes. I suggest just monetize this. This has happened so many times before, and in comics especially. Just monetize them. Do not apologize. Do not extend. You have nothing to apologize for. You did nothing wrong. If somebody genuinely has a disagreement with you, they can express their disagreement. And in fact, I'll even go as far to say is, who cares? Go have that debate somewhere. But it doesn't really do much good for somebody to say just even remotely that they're pro-life, and that then at that moment you have to go and disagree with them online. I mean, you can do that, but why? What's the point? All right, Americans are equally divided on the issue of abortion, as many Americans identify as pro-life as pro-choice. So 47% each, and the few percentiles somewhere in the middle probably have no idea. So why should an artist embrace a view held by half embrace a view held by half of Americans, send him to the blacklist? Yeah, so this is the thing. They want to control places like Instagram, Twitter, anywhere where they can feel like they control it. Then it doesn't matter. They're going to treat you like you are evil and you're strange and you don't belong there. And that's where the gaslighting begins. Like, no one thinks this way but you're a nut job. Don't fall for it. You have nothing to apologize for. When his tweet was dug up, Pyle became a convenient target for the rage of a restless mob, hell-bent on stigmatizing half the population for wanting to save babies. People love to bond over humor, but some of them would rather bond over hate. And that's the end of the article. So my thing is, I realize that half the country is pro-life, half the country is pro-choice, and there's probably nuanced opinions all around to be had. But there's also, other countries with other positions, I don't know. Again, it's nuanced. Hold on a second. What is that? You see that? Is that a bird flying to the camera? Oh, it's just a watermark. Okay. Never mind. Pretend I didn't say that. My point is, it's okay to disagree on things like this that are, really intensely debated issues. It's okay to disagree. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a job or that you shouldn't be able to do something you enjoy doing. For all I know, he's not doing this full time, but being able to enjoy comics, it's not something that somebody else gets to decide for you. So this was annoying, but let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. And most importantly, please don't forget to check out Downcast. It really is an awesome comic, and it's really not politically divisive, but there is lots of conflict in it. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description below. Thank you very much. I will see you next time.